Hi guys, so this is a little continued message on the subject of people pleasing and why we do it and how it's actually really holding us back from our true purpose. So yeah, this was a subject that David and I were talking about actually this morning and yesterday as well, about how you get so caught up in, because there's a part of you in your solar plexus that is really looking for acceptance in the outer world. There's a part of you from childhood that wasn't acknowledged enough, wasn't loved enough, wasn't just wasn't maybe listened to enough. And that part of you where it was suppressed as a child because you weren't getting the acknowledgement and the attention that you needed when you were a child. What happens is when we grow up, we carry that sort of lack of love with us throughout going to school, this and the other. And normally it is when we go to school and between 5 and 8 is quite a powerful thing for us, because if we're feeling something of lack, we end up trying to look outside of ourselves for the acceptance. So going to school and to fit in, to have friends because you want to be loved, you want to be accepted, you sort of end up doing things that probably aren't aligned to actually who you are, but you end up doing it. To say, like, some girls are like, oh, come here, can you come do this, and it's not something that you actually want to do, but because you want to be accepted, you say yes. So that's you go, okay, yes. So then you end up being sort of like I wouldn't say like a sheep, but you sort of follow the popular crowd, or you can follow a trend, or you can follow something that probably isn't really aligned to who you are, but you just get led like that. It's like easily led, and I know a lot of us have been easily led in life. I know there are sometimes leaders and then there's easily led. I was definitely easily led when I was growing up. I just knew I really didn't fit in. Actually, deep down, I knew I was a bit different. I knew I was a little bit weird, but I just wanted to have friends. And because I didn't have it's really strange, because I know I had feelings of like, kept thinking like I was going to be judged about my background and where I've come from and going to that school and blah, blah, blah. So I really wanted to be accepted. So because I had that lack within me, I was doing that automatically. Didn't think of anything of it, didn't know about it when I was younger. But what happened, it was sort of, it molded me into this image that I was just like, is this really who I am? Like, do I really want to be doing this? Like, it could be silly things like going to smoke, or doing drugs, or doing something that deep down isn't really what you want to do, basically. But yeah, we do these things in order to feel accepted, to be acknowledged, and to fit in. So yeah, if you're carrying that throughout your lifetime, you are going to be constantly, so that's like at school, but then even you'll find like relationships. So then you'll start going into relationships, and then like the first person who actually takes interest in you, you're like, oh, okay, oh, someone likes me, oh, amazing. So then you go into a relationship, and then maybe you'll hit a wall and go, well, actually, do I like him? But you'll find yourself maybe in this sort of repeating pattern of, you end up, anyone who actually pays you attention, you hold on to, like, oh my God, this person's paying me attention. But it's actually nothing to do with, actually, is it them or is it me? Like, you have to start questioning these people that are in your life. And it got to a point for me, it was like, I was constantly giving, trying to make, doing this, trying for anyone, boyfriends, friends, and even my parents and my family, like always trying to feel acknowledged. And then it just got to a point where I was like, and it was actually probably recently, like within a year ago, that I was like, well, I've had waves of it where I know that I'm like, well, what am I doing in this relationship? I'm not getting anything back in return. But like, it gets to a point where you're like, am I getting anything back? I feel like I'm giving, and I'm not getting anything back. And this is because you're not aligned to your truth. Like, you're doing it to fill a part of you. So every time that person gives you acknowledgement, acceptance, you're like, oh yes, great, he loves me. And then suddenly he's not anymore. So then you're trying again. And then you get the acknowledgement, and it's just like waves. So it's just identifying the fact that you're in this like pattern of people pleasing. And, you'll notice it if you have got friends that drain you. You'll notice it if you've got a relationship that just drains you. There's no equal give and take here. There's no equal give and take. It's just you're giving, and then what you're getting in return. And it's up to you to identify that, saying, okay, why am I putting up with this? It has to get to a point where you really go it happens too many times now. Are you going to wake up? And then when you acknowledge that, And then you go into that, why am I doing it? Ask the question, and you go within, and then you say, okay, why is it I'm doing this? Okay, and it's there's a part of you that wants to be loved. There's a part of you that wants to be accepted. So you literally accept any behavior, you accept any bad things that any people do to you, because as soon as they acknowledge you and like you, you're like, oh yes, great. But it's like, well, it needs to be equal. And when you look in your life and you say, right, I need to start cleansing, and start actually saying no when I mean no. So that's like if your friends say, oh, come out one evening, and you're really not feeling it. Why say yes? You're only punishing yourself, because you're going to go out and you're not going to feel it, and then they're probably going to moan at you, and it's just going to be like a whole silly game that you're just like playing with yourself by doing things that you don't want to do. So to actually be able to align to your purpose, to be able to align to your truth, you have to start saying no to people. You have to start putting yourself first, because your life won't just work for you if you're doing things you don't want to do. And you will constantly be in that lost feeling of, I don't know who I am, because you're not doing things that align to your truth. So to really identify where these, why you're doing the certain things you're doing, is just to really, to ask those questions will just really help you, and just take it day by day. So it could be your mum might say, oh, can you do this for me? I mean, it might be silly things, and maybe you might just say no because you can't be bothered. Actually ask yourself, okay, am I doing this because I want to please my mum or be accepted by my mum or my friends? Or am I doing this to be acknowledged? Or am I doing this for me? Ask yourself. Because if it is like you're going out of your way to do something for someone else, sometimes we have to. If it's for the good of humanity, if it's because someone's not well and you've got to drop something, obviously you're going to do that because that's the kindness of your heart. Like, there's a difference. But just notice in your everyday, like when things come to you, it could be an opportunity, it could be just someone trying to test you. Identify the tests and the opportunities, because once you get rid of all the tests and then the things that you don't want to be doing, that you're just saying, oh, it might be something, get rid of all of the tests. Because once the universe goes, oh, wow, okay, you're really learning this. You're learning your worth. You're actually getting this now. It will stop testing you. So then, it will stop bringing in people that are going to be lying to you. Because if you're sick of people, well, why does it everyone is lying to me? Why? And the universe brings more people that are lying to you. Well, stop lying to yourself. It starts with you. So if you're lying to yourself, it will constantly bring people that are going to match that vibration. So if you start going, you know what? I'm going to do every moment or every opportunity that comes that I know is true for me, I will do. If it's not, and it's just trying to distract me, I'm not. I'm going to just watch the tests. Once you learn it, you eliminate the test. The universe will be like, she's actually learned her lesson. And then that's when you're in that truth and the universe will just literally be like, bam, okay, this is your purpose. And then suddenly something will come and then you'll be like, oh, I love this. Oh, I'm going to do this. This feels right. Because you'll know the feelings between a negative, toxic tie with someone, and you'll know the truth, and something will just feel right. But you need to know the difference between the feelings. This feels right. Oh no, this feels right because I actually want that person to like me. Yeah, that's not right. Right, this feels right because this is something that's deep in me. And it's just really recognizing the difference, eliminating all of the bullshit, eliminating all of the people pleasing, and just really coming into your truth. But yeah, I know I went on a little bit, but it's just such an important message to really take your time on making decisions and feeling like you've got to do something to be accepted. It's just the feeling within you. So to actually acknowledge that feeling is to actually stop doing what you think you need to do and start doing self-work. Actually acknowledging that feeling that needs you. It needs you to align to your truth. That feeling is like, accept me. But that's you accepting you. It's that feeling. And then when you go, you know what? I'm going to listen to you, solar plexus. I'm going to start listening to you because you're always right. And actually talk to it like it's another part of you that you need to talk to. And then you go, right, okay. All right, I'm sorry I keep people pleasing. I'm sorry I keep saying yes when I mean no. I'm going to listen to you more. When a gut tells me to say yes, when you tell me to say yes, I'll say yes. When you tell me to say no, I will listen to you and I'll say no. But yeah, if you keep listening to your gut, it will align you. And then that's where my reading before, it aligned you to even the point of you starting to fill yourself with things that are right for you and not the things that are wrong for you, because that really helps you rediscover who you are and aligns you to your purpose. So then you can do what you came here to do on this earth at this time, to help and serve others and to just be really happy within yourself because you are who you are. So yeah, just remember who you are, guys, and don't let anyone else dim your sparkle. Sending you lots of love and light and blessings.